All right, guys, we're here at Sam Rayburn, September 25th, 2021, here for the annual V&M Baits Tournament that we host every year, or most every year on Sam Rayburn, if no more COVID that kept us from being here last year. Here for our annual tournament, you know, I'm excited. It's a little different this year. The past 2 years that we've been able to have the tournament, it's been mostly an offshore deal, football jig, big worm. That's still going to be a player today, but there's also a really good shallow bite going on. So really anxious to see what these anglers bring in here in a few hours.
This is an event that's very unique in the sense that you can only use V&M lures. So we invite everybody out every year. It's guaranteed $5,000 to the winner if we get 100 teams entered, and kind of levels the playing field.
Not very much, actually. No. I gained a fan today, especially that shad. That is the most lifelike shad color I have ever seen. Oh, I'd absolutely recommend them.
The football jig is by far my favorite out of the V&M. It's got an awesome hook, and it's about the best football jig for going through any kind of structure that I've found. And then the straight wild, when you want to get a little finesse, you can put it on the drop shot, and you can pick up an extra fish here and there.
So fishing professionally, I'm really blessed to travel all over the country, fish a lot of different lakes, a lot of different states, a lot of different regions. And what's cool about V&M is their stuff works all over the country. Yes, it's a key player here on Rayburn and Caddo and Toledo and these lakes in Louisiana and Texas, but so many of their baits work all over the country in so many different situations.
Basically, we threw two of the baits today. We threw the football head, threw black and blue and Gleason's Candy, and then we threw the
J-Mag worm.
J-Mag worm.
I think that's what it's called, yeah.
And we threw that in plum apple. It was slow going, but we'd go through with, we'd drag that football head off those lips out there, and then come back with that Texas rig on that J-Mag. The football jig, I have used it before. Actually, one I was impressed with was the worm. That J-Mag worm, it really catches them. I threw it on a shaky head and a regular Texas rig, and it seemed to, the fish wanted that. They didn't want a lot of wiggle like the big wild thing. They wouldn't touch it, so that straight tail was really key. Love it, love it. Years ago, back in the 90s, we used to fish these bait tournaments like this, and it gets you thinking different ways of fishing, and makes you a better fisherman. It really does. So I enjoy fishing baits that you probably would never throw. You get very conditioned to what you throw, and baits that you throw, and outside of something like this, you won't change. And so it forces you to change, which I think makes you a better fisherman.
Right.
Okay, so that is a wrap on our tournament here at Sam Rayburn, the V&M tournament this year. Had a great turnout, almost 100 boats this time of year is really awesome. Everyone had a great time. The weights ended up being about what I predicted, although I think Clint may have been the closest in the overall. We had a 25 pound bag brought in, and 3 or 4 other bags over 20 pounds. So hope you guys will come join us next year. We're still working on dates, so be on the lookout for that date when it comes out. Get it on your calendar, come fish with us, and have a great time.